Welcome to the wonderful streets of Sao Paulo, Brazil for round 6 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. So far this season we've crossed from 5 different races across 4 different countries: Mexico, Diriyah, Hyderabad, Cape Town as well. Now we're in Sao Paulo before a month off and a double header in Berlin, Germany. Then Monaco in May, Jakarta double in June along with Portland, before July sees the double in Rome and London round out the season across 2023 for the 9th season of the Formula E World Championship. In terms of how the driver standings look, Pascal Wehrlein leads that on 80 points to Jake Dennis on 62, Jean-Eric Verne is on 50, Antonio Felix da Costa, winning last time out, is on 46, he's 3 clear of Nick Cassidy. Buemi, Rast, Bird, Hughes and Degrassi round out the top 10 point scorers. 80 points for Wehrlein, 18 points for Degrassi, a big lunge in the title. On the second page, it's the same points for Andre Lotterer. Mitch Evans on 14, Van Dorn and NATO 11, Sete Cameron 10, Ticktum on 9, Roland 8. Then it's 7 points for Fenestraz and 3 for Mortara. We look down then on the wonderful Sao Paulo street circuit. Used to be used, of course, for IndyCar, now modified to Formula E. And in the Teams Championship, Taco Porsche leads on 126 points. Envision Racing of 84, clear of Andretti, way clear of McLaren, Penske, Jaguar, Mahindra, Neo and Nissan, and Maserati on 3 points. At Cupra, still no points on the board. There's a lot of anticipation in the air. For the 3rd time in a row, we're at a brand new circuit. We're here at the Sao Paulo Street Circuit as well, modified extensively since when IndyCar came here 10 years ago. It has now become a short, sweet circuit for electric racing. And so far, we've seen a cracking practice, a cracking qualifying, and we're going to see a fantastic race. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome along. Let's go down to Stoffel Van Dorn and hear from him with Vernon Kay.
Paul, this is where it starts. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. Obviously good qualifying for me. Great to be on pole position here in Brazil. But it's going to be a long race. It's a very challenging one with the long straights, the slipstream effect. So, yeah, it's not going to be a straightforward one.
Difficult start to the season. Best result of the season so far. Last race out in Cape Town. Is this the climb for you?
Yeah, I think we're going to do a bit better today.
All right, good man. Pascal Wehrlein's got 80 points. You've got 14. Can it be done?
Well, today it cannot be done, but in the long run, maybe it can. So, I mean, the championship is still long. We've been making good progress in the start of the year, and yeah, we just need to confirm it again today.
Earlier on in qualifying, we talked with yourself and Antonio Felix da Costa, who's behind you, and he was saying that there's a possibility, because you're both professionals and friends, that you might be swapping places a couple of times.
I think it's likely that the lead is going to change a few times. We're not really making any special strategies, let's say, because it's just out of our control. We do the best we can, and with the slipstream effect, like I said, it could be possible that there's a few swaps.
And this music that's on behind us, is this your kind of jam?
No.
What do you listen to then in your free time?
I don't know, I don't really listen to music.
You're boring. All right, see you later. Thanks very much. That's disgraceful, Stoffel Van Dorn. Unbelievable! He's the reigning champion and he doesn't listen to music. That's an absolute disgrace. Anyway, let's find Antonio Felix da Costa. Just get through the scrum. One of the most charismatic drivers on the grid. He's talking to our German colleagues. That's Matthias, by the way, Matt. He's the German host. Let's go over to Mitch Evans, who's here. Let's go to Mitch Evans, who's here in 3rd. Here he is. Hey, Mitch, I'm going to ask you the first question that I ask everyone at the beginning of a race. How are you feeling?
Hot. Are you hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hot. I'm feeling good. This race is going to be nuts, I think. It's going to be a real chess match, so...
What do you mean by that? Just explain to us.
Just in terms of the energy consumption, try to manage that, try not to use your cards too early, and obviously this card's got a massive toe effect, so trying to use that to your advantage, but everyone knows that, so it's just trying to, play the smart game and the long game, try and be patient, I guess. But yeah, the car's been quick, but hopefully we've got some pace in the race, and but yeah, today the person that's going to win is going to come down to strategy.
All right, you're the perfect person to ask this question. For those people who are joining Formula E for the very first time, this is a battery in this car. It's an electric car. You've got to regenerate energy, but you've also got to use it. And we've got some very long straights where you're going to get some huge mileage out of these cars, but you've also got to regen that energy. How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the philosophy of the championship, we start the race with not enough energy to finish. And how we achieve the range is basically by coasting throughout the straights and then recovering the energy through both axles. We use that energy to really recover a lot. But obviously, we deploy a lot down the straight. So it's trying to find that balance and distributing the energy the most efficiently around the lap. But every corner, every straight, we're lifting off, trying to optimize the energy we've got. So it's not easy to manage because everyone's got the same, but how you sort of play your cards at the right time, use energy, save, that's what it comes down to. But it's we get it right sometimes, but yeah, see what we got.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate that. Perfect explanation about what Formula E is all about. Nikki.
Pascal Wehrlein, our championship leader, 80 points. Your first three races, P2 was the worst position, but the points didn't come, unfortunately, in Cape Town. What can you do today for a bit of redemption?
Well, we're starting P18, so it won't be an easy race, but yeah, let's hope for a good race, a clean race with a couple of good points. Yeah, hopefully then there's a bit of time until Berlin, and need to find out why this weekend somehow the confidence and the performance was not there, but the season is still long. So looking forward to this race. Amazing place, a lot of people, and I'm sure we will show a nice race for everyone.
Because it seems like this track would actually massively suit the Porsche powertrain. Obviously, you've got your teammate Antonio Felix Costa on the front row.
Well, generally in the race we are strong. We were a bit concerned for qualifying coming here, but I think Antonio showed different.
Okay, all right, thanks very much. We'll let you go. Pascal Wehrlein there, hoping to score some crucial points to continue his championship lead.
Absolutely, sounds a lot of fun as you look at the starting grid down there as well. Let's hear from Antonio Felix Costa.
Big Matt, he's having a chat with a friend. Here we go. All right, thank you.
Sorry.
No worries, don't worry about it, my friend. Hey, Antonio. I always seem to find you on the grid, sat down, just chilling out. This is kind of a reflection of who you are and your personality.
Is it? Yeah. Man, no, it's super busy. Like, I hide here a little bit, say hi to, I only stand up for like Emerson Fittipaldi, you know?
Fair enough. I like that. I appreciate that. Let's
stood up for you though.
well, I'm glad you sat down, because if you were stood up, I'd just be looking over your head. So I appreciate you sitting down.
This is more my height.
Exactly. Listen, stop talking. We've not got a lot of time. Let's get into the race. Superb performance, by the way, brother, out in Cape Town. It's the climb for you personally within the Porsche team. You've got a lot to do because you've got former champion Stoffel Vandoorne in front of you. But is this part of your climb to success this season in the brand new Gen 3 car?
It's good to see how we're building our momentum. It's super tough in the beginning. To be honest, it wasn't as bad as it looked. We made a few operational mistakes that made it look a bit worse, but the car's been strong. Pascal's been winning races. He's leading the championship, and I'm happy to finally be able to produce some good results for these guys as well. And yeah, like you said, like the momentum's coming. Let's hope it keeps on building in this direction, because we've still got a long season ahead and potentially, you know, can win this, I think. So.
Just quickly, give us a couple of positives about this car. What's it good at and what's it not so good at?
Very efficient.
Perfect. Which is perfect for Formula E, right?
Perfect for Formula E. And
Right.
now it's also fast.
And now it's also fast. Listen, I'll let you crack on. You get on with it, brother. All the best. Antonio Felix da Costa. Let's go over to Nikki.
Okay, let's catch up with Jake Dennis for Avalanche. Andretti, keeping cool there in your little ice fest. Does that actually do anything? Does it work?
Yeah, it works well, to be fair, especially in these hot conditions. This and Jakarta, we're going to be needing it a lot, but extremely hot conditions, track temper around about 50, 60 degrees, something crazy. My feet are burning on the tarmac, so it's going to be a challenging race.
Yeah, let's talk about the battery temperature, because we've never really had to, well, we haven't seen anyone had to manage it over the course of the season so far, but that seems to be a bit of a talking point. How are you going to manage the temperature with the battery?
Yeah, it's quite challenging this year. Like last year, we could do a lot of different things with the regen on the paddle and stuff like this. This year's a little bit more difficult, so I think people are just going to start derating massively, so start to lose a lot of power in the last 4 or 5 laps. So yeah, it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over until the checkered flag drops. But I've got a lot of work to do, to be fair. I need to pass a lot of cars, and there's some quick guys up front. So I'm going to get involved, do a few brave moves, and see where we end up after around about 20 laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much doable. I mean, the first 3 races, I think your worst position was P2. So it's a phenomenal start to the season, but no points in the last 2 races.
Thanks for the reminder.
Sorry, it's not like everyone else has been telling you that for a while.
No, not at all. But we can definitely pull some big points here. You know, I'm feeling confident that we can move forward. The practice pace looked really strong in the energy laps. So, yeah, just need to get my elbows out and do some moves.
And just very quickly, is the most important thing just to finish ahead of Pascal Wehrlein? Because he's the only guy ahead of you at the moment.
Nah, definitely not. I just need to, focus on the team championship and myself, and just bag these points. It's a long way to go in the championship, but I just need to optimise the fast car, what I've got right now.
All right, do it. Thanks very much, Jake Dennis. There we go. Let's see what he can do with his Avalanche Andretti car.
Looks more and more positive as they come through. Now Vernon is down with Emerson Fittipaldi.
Brazilian racing legend, 2-time Formula 1 world champion. This is quite an occasion, having Formula E in Sao Paulo. It feels great, right?
Oh, it's a fantastic. I was just talking to the mayor of Sao Paulo. Now we have
Hello.
Formula E and Formula 1. I'm from Sao Paulo. We are very happy to have Formula E. It'll be a first year. Formula E is putting the flag in Brazil, in Latin America, after Mexico, and be great.
It really will. And I've seen you at a couple of Formula E races. How do you think the progression from the Gen 1 car, Gen 2 car, and now this Gen 3 car, how far do you think it's going to take this racing series?
I was very impressive yesterday. Down on the straight here, the speed, acceleration, talking to Lucas de Graça is very powerful, very difficult to drive. I mean, it's great. Formula E is growing all over the world. It's a fantastic formula. It's the visionary for Alejandro and Jean Todt that start the category, and Alberto, he's here too.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, if you think about 10 years ago, someone come to you and say, we are going to do electrical formula, say, oh, come on. You know? And we are fantastic success.
But it's obvious, it's also going to get better and better, isn't it, as technology evolves, and we get the best efficiency out of the cars as well, so it can only be a huge progression. Looking at today's lineup in the grid, which is what we're on now, who do you think's going to win? Where are you going to put your money, Emerson?
Well, it's difficult to say because the racing is so dicey, wheel to wheel, and who is going to be drafting to save energy? Who is going to be leading? I mean, it's difficult to say. That's why Formula E is excited to watch, because you never know to the end of the race how much the driver is administrating the battery, how much he's still on to go. And, this technology is going to be on a family car in the near future.
Absolutely.
What they are learning here.
Yeah, we see
all
that
the
already.
car manufacturers here is a fantastic way to learn.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely love to hear Emerson Fittipaldi. Right, coming up, here's Ed Hunter. Hello, Ed. You doing okay?
Oh, good, thanks, Josh. Yeah, very close qualifying session, wasn't it? In the end, between Van Dorn and Da Costa. With looks like Van Dorn just snatched it, but I think everyone is expecting the Porsche to be the better car in the race, given how the season's been going so far.
Yeah, Van Dorn finally in pole position for the first time as well. My money, however, Ed, is going to be on Sebastian Buemi. Starts 12th. Think could have something up there. I think he's got something.
He was fastest in free practice,
yeah,
and he's been last couple of races. Buemi has been something of underrated dark horse, isn't he?
Yeah.
Of course, coming from the back to 5th in Cape Town, 3rd. Nearly would have won if it wasn't for that energy issue. I think he would have been in for a chance to win in Hyderabad, on pole in Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, Buemi's really. So it feels more like the Sebastian Buemi of old, not the one that would either win it or bin it, but the one that just sort of was this winning machine, the one that remembered from not F2, GP2 as it was then known, and from some of the early seasons in Formula E when he battled with Lucas de Grassi, and my pick a winner, especially after Da Costa made it through the duels and none of the other Porsche cars did, was Da Costa. So I'm kind of
locked in.
I'm feeling quietly confident, but I have a feeling there might be a surprise winner. I don't know. And I certainly think there are a few out of position on the grid. And it is great to see reigning champion Stoffel Van Dorn doing well, though, here in Brazil.
So I've just had a look because something flashed up briefly on the monitor, and I was worried in case one of those pesky updates were coming in to adjust my systems.
I'm watching on the YouTube Channel 4 coverage, Josh, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing exactly live as you are. Anyway, here's the grid.
Have you not got our Discord open with it?
Oh, is there another Discord I need?
No. With the camera, with the footage. Have you know, to see it, you've got.
Oh, you've got your camera disabled on my end.
Oh, is it?
And I click on you, I see a little picture of you.
Hang on, how's that? Is it on? Anything?
I should rejoin. Maybe that would
Yeah,
help.
okay. Do that, see if you can bang it. So let's take a look then at round 6 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. It's a 2.933 kilometre circuit as well. It's built around the old field of Formula, the IndyCar format when it used to come back here as well, back in 2000s as well, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 IndyCar at this fantastic circuit. Then it's got modified down to this slim version for Formula E. Has that worked out? Did you just got the camera?
No, I can't see the TV coverage that you're supposedly streaming. Maybe I need to restart Discord.
Hang on,
I don't
let
know.
me try. So let's take a look then at the grid from back to front as well on how it lines up. It is Degrassi 22nd with Lotto at 21st, then Frines and Roland followed then as well by Tictum and Verline as well, going further back on the grid. Adding in further as well as we'll go through the entire grid in a second as soon as I get Ed back on. And Ed, how's that? Can you see? No?
Nope, same as before, I'm afraid.
Oh, it must be yours.
Yeah,
well,
probably.
I
Do
tell
I
you
need
what-
to turn on Video Ninja, whatever it was you were using before?
No, because that's not going to do anything. Tell you what, Ed, on YouTube, if you put it to ×2, you'll catch up to where I am. So we'll see the same
Okay.
pictures. Yeah. Here's the grid then, from back to front. On row 11, Lotto starts 21st with Degrassi 22nd, then row 10 sees Frines 20th, Roland 19th. Row 9 then sees Verline and Tictum. Row 8, Seto Camera, Fenestras. Row 7 sees Dennis and Muller. Row 6, Boemi and Rast. Then on row 5, Bird in the top 10 with Gunther. Row 4, NATO and Verline. No. Vern. Then we get Hughes and Cassidy, Mortara Evans, DaCosta, Van Dorn as well. Okay, well, we're getting ready for the start. We're around about 30 seconds away. How's that going,
I'm
Ed?
just seeing a pan over Van Dorn at the moment, and
Right.
it's just immediately gone to the grid, and I'm on ×2. I think they're about to be put off the dummy grid, Josh.
Yes, so you'll be caught up with me in just a few seconds' time. I'm not sure why the Discord's not working. If it's your end,
Is it because I disabled your video last time I was here? Maybe.
Yes, that might be it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's me being an idiot.
yeah.
Okay, right.
No,
Disable video. There we go.
it's right.
Hooray.
Hey! Well done.
Can't believe I didn't spot that earlier.
That's because
Well,
last
it's a good thing I
time we were in
didn't.
a different combox, so it wasn't right.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's another race going on right now, which we're running very strongly in.
Oh,
at the
brilliant.
moment in EIC under the Hunderbirch simulation. We're currently running, I think, 3rd in class in GD3.
Fab.
But
What a race.
yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated at the end of this. So that, you know, we're still there at the end. But anyway, DaCosta on the left, Van Dorn on the right. Who's going to get the best run into turn 1, Josh?
I'm going to go to Costa. I'll agree with you on that, my friend, into the first corner. After
Well,
that...
he's got the
yeah.
inside. As long as it's not the dirty side.
Yeah.
And they've got both sides relatively
Here we
well
go.
rubbered in, is there?
All 5
go.
lights are on in Sao Paulo. Blast off in Brazil. It's a good start.
Ooh.
Coming from Van Dorn. It was a poor getaway. Actually, from DaCosta. Mortara might
Everyone
nick
on
it.
the left got away badly.
And
Evans on the outside.
Oh, it's turn 1. That's the problem. Everyone's lightly on the brakes. Look at that. The Envision further back. That's coming from Boemi. Nearly got smashed in, and everyone trying to avoid the wall. Oh! Up in the wall.
And that's NATO in the back of one of the McLarens.
And Mortara's come to a stop as well with a broken front wing. NATO was up in the year at turn 3. This will have to be a safety car with a amount of carnage we've had there. So Mortara's out, NATO's off, as you said. Yellow flag out already. And crucially, Ed, they haven't actually started lap 1 because the control line is far
Well,
behind.
look, they're still racing. That's Verline round the outside of Dennis
Oh,
there.
hang on,
And
what's happened?
Lotto in trouble.
Yeah, and he's completely come to a stop. Lotto has come to a stop. Broken suspension. So 3 retirements before lap 1.
No,
even
Mortara's still
starts.
going, actually.
And that's,
But Lotto,
yeah.
you're right, hit the wall.
Yeah,
and look
he's
at
out
that.
of it.
Dennis swerving behind Pascal Verline.
And that's over the battle for 12th position. So Mortara's got going again, but with that broken front wing. Van Dorn leads, DaCosta second, Evans is third. As things stand, then we get, well, actually, yeah, because Cassidy fourth. Yeah, and then we get Vern, Hughes. Vern's up to 5th as we stay green. So double yellow at turn 4, however, still on my timing screen. So the race control having a poor thing.
Nico Muller in 11th.
Believe it or not, Ed, this is now the first lap. That's how bad the control
There we
line
go.
is.
Well, that's how lap 0
Oh,
is. then.
locking up again! That's Gunther in the second Maserati having brake issues
Oh,
down
he did
in turn
well
one.
not to run into the back of Bird there. I thought Bird was about to have a continuation of his terrible unlucky season as Tictum goes off track, it looks like.
Ed, we're seeing a lot of brake problems down that first corner. Track temperature is at a high of 55 degrees. Is that causing a problem? The hot air and the high humidity?
Often it's sometimes if they've not bled in the brakes properly, or some of them have got very kind of brakes where it's very analog, or it goes from analog to being digital, where it's either a little bit on the brake or there's suddenly all brakes and then we're locking up, if that makes sense.
I get you.
But anyway, Van Dorn controlling the pace at the moment, but Da Costa, I think, doing what he did in Cape Town, sticking behind, saving energy.
Yeah, and he went for the late last lap maneuver. Here's a replay of the
Look,
start.
everyone on the left bogged down. It's almost like a normal racing circuit.
And look at the advantage that Van Dorn had into turn one. Immediately, Evans was trying to go around the outside.
What happened to Mortara as well? Did he hit the back of Mitch Evans?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah, and then he's
That's
got
what
no
damaged the wing. And then NATO was trying to go all the way to the right on the inside of, I think, Hughes.
Hughes on the inside, yeah.
And completely misjudged it. There was no space there because the corner was always going to tighten up. So I think that was very clumsy by Norman NATO. And he's not exactly putting himself in the shop window this season, is he?
No, he's not. He's sort of, well, he is putting himself in the shop window, but he just.
Yeah, the only
he's just
really good
launching
drive
into
he
it.
had was Hyderabad, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Where he came 7th after getting that puncher.
Oh, and up
look
the
at that,
inside, that's
that's,
Degrassi on Tictum, and he didn't get the move done, but Degrassi certainly sought off the defence as well for France. Gunther is under investigation, did not follow race director's instructions, presumably that's for the Bollard incident down at turn number 1 when he went straight off. There's a move going on further back with one of the App Cooperers. Oh no, hang on a minute, what's happened there? I wasn't watching.
That's Brahimi into the back of Gunther.
And he's come to
Gunther
an immediate
slowed at the
stop.
chicane.
So he's damaged his
That's
front wing.
exactly what
Boemi.
happened to Lotterer.
Yeah, Boemi's broken his front wing as well, so he's out of it. I was watching further back when there was a move because Frines was going on the inside of Fenestras as well, and then we saw as well a couple of other incidents. Green flag at the moment here in Sao Paulo. Van Dorn leads by 0.4 of a second, then
That,
it's
of
Da
course,
Costa.
gains Dennis and Verline
Yeah.
a place, but also puts Muller into the points for the first time for App this season.
Yeah, Apt the only team not to score any World Championship points, and at the moment they've got Robin Frines back in the sport. I hope Norman Nato's okay. He's come back into the pit lane, I presume, to retire, because the last time we saw a car go up in the air even just a bit, it fractured Robin Frines' wrist.
Yeah, I'm not sure because he went up into the... Oh, look, Ticton fighting with Roland.
And he's
to
gone
turn
straight
one.
on. Yeah, that's a second, and he's come to a stop, so he's followed the race director's instructions there. Comes on at full speed as well, but second time in this race, Ticton's
He has
had an
lost the
error.
place to Fenestras, though. So, yeah, Ticton... He was struggling in the brakes in qualifying as well. That's why he didn't get in the duels, because he completely locked up into turn 7, didn't he? So we're getting a picture-in-picture replay of Buemi then. Yeah, you look, so Gunther slowed on the apex, and Buemi slowed. And then Dennis almost got caught up in that as well, so he did very well to thread the needle there. As we see, looks like Frines in trouble, is he? With
Yeah, he's
Fenestras.
slowing. And look at that, the board's blowing down towards turn number 4. Well, that's down to the 4, 5, 6 chicane, now coming into 7 and 8.
I think that was Tictum getting back in front of Fenestras, though.
Yes, and look at this energy already, 88% used. So we've got Van Dorn, and then we've got Da Costa on 89, the same as Evans, and the same as the rest of the field, actually. 88 again for Gunther, as they're all trying to take in as much as possible. It's a long race, this one, especially as they've had to do 2 first laps. And remember that later on. Fastest lap goes down for Jake Dennis, a 1:16.4 on the board as well. So he's having some improvements out there.
Bird attacking the McLarens. That's Rene Rast Dispenser then.
Bird is having a great weekend as well, despite that 5-place grid penalty for causing the contact with Mitch Evans back at
Like a bomb
Hyderabad.
went off at turn 3 there, doesn't it? As that Robin Frines first to use attack mode.
And he's taken the 1
And Verline
minute.
passes Muller, so Verline in the points then, hoping to catch up to Da Costa.
Is that Da Costa in second position? It is, isn't it? Oh, yeah, because I'm always getting a bit
He
confused there.
started second, and he still is
Oh,
second.
more contact in the midfield as well. Muller was going slow. It's held up Dennis, and then Sete Campbell almost ran into the back of him.
Compared to Stoffel in front, he's saving energy as well, so maximum save.
That's Marius.
Tictum's got in under investigation as well, Ed, for not following race instructions from race director.
That might have been the first lockup he did, yeah.
He'll probably come on for the second
Yeah,
as
might
well. Oh, Boemi's taken a minute as well.
Bohemian must have replaced the front wing, or just carried on, I guess.
What?
As we cut-
What the the hell is this?
break.
What the hell is this from Eurosport? Why the bloody hell are we? What the hell is going on? The world.
Oh dear.
What? No,
Well, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We appear to have gone to an ad break, but Channel 4, I think, is still showing the race.
Yes.
So unfortunately,
You've got it, Ed. I don't. What on earth
I
happened?
did, but I turned it off because I thought we had
Yeah.
this. Right?
Eurosport have never gone to an
Right.
ad break before. Well, I'm
It's like Channel 5 all over again.
Oh
At least
my
they had the
God.
decency to do it during a safety car.
so
but,
that. Oh,
yeah, so-
right. And Channel 4 have just got a large boost in audience, by the way. I've just noticed when I came on. And I've now got stream starting soon, if it's even live. And there's more drama going on in the midfield. I don't even believe it. We're now to commentate on our phones, side by side. And that is Gunther getting past Rast. And now we've also got Verline in the mix as well. Side by side further back as well. Oh, and Gunther nearly in the wall. Hughes having to stop. And it's chaos in the midfield as they come through 7 and 8. I'm livid with this. We're having to commentate
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
still
mobile.
looking at the
Yeah.
Lloyd's tier. Yeah, this is bloody annoying because Eurosport didn't warn us
They
that was
figured
going to
it,
happen
yeah.
at all.
I think they figured it
They
out,
couldn't.
look, because they're trying to turn off the adverts. Look, they figured it out and they're trying to turn it off. So, we'll go to the timing screen because that's a better source of information at the moment. Tictum are still under investigation at the moment. Da Costa leads with Van Dorn in second, and Verline is been passed by Rast. So Rast back out to 8th. Gunther's taken the top 10. Nick Cassidy has gone flying, Ed, over that bump that the FIA painted over this afternoon. Unbelievable. And the
Well, I
Porsches...
can't fucking see any of
Yeah,
this, so I'm sorry,
sorry.
Josh.
Well, let's hope. And taking attack mode now as well. Eurosport, you really are annoying me today. 2 attack modes, Vern and Bird's taken 3 minutes. Finally, we get our bloody pictures back. And now it's all chaos in the midfield with 3
Thank you.
abreast.
There we go. 3 wide then. And that's Dennis getting past Muller.
Well done, mate. This is nice. Well done.
So I don't know how on earth Da Costa got past Verline.
I'm sorry, I
past
don't
Van
either.
Dorn, sorry.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm sorry about that, dear
Right,
viewers.
time
but
to send angry emails to Eurosport.
off you go. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been-
sorry, unfortunately, because my computer's so bloody slow,
Yeah.
I can't actually have the Channel 4 stream running at the same time.
Well,
I'd have to get it up on my phone.
6 laps and they put a bloody advert on. What the hell are Eurosport thinking of? They absolutely... Is it on Channel 4? If it is...
It is on the YouTube channel, yeah.
Yeah, if it is, I'll change it. Look at that, though. Da Costa now leads, and we didn't see it. As I hit my chair in the commentary box. But can Van Dorn fight back towards turn 1? And he has! We saw a move! We saw a move! Well done!
There we go. So this is them taking turns of leading then and trying to save energy in the draft. Hopefully when we see the energy figures fairly soon, we should see Da Costa has saved a bit more. As look, Verline trying to go all the way around the outside of Rene Rast now. And in fact, he's fighting with Dennis now for the top 10. So Gunther actually got through.
So let's have a recap. This is more drama with Dennis and Verline having a battle as well. And they're going side by side.
Gunther
Cat.
going wide again and almost squeezing Verline into the wall there.
Yellow flag in turn 4. Is that Degrassi? Oh, there's someone off with that. Is that smoke? What's that in the background? Can you see it? It's like some smoke has been put up in the air.
I'm trying to write an angry tweet at Eurosport.
We've got a yellow
Right,
flag.
yeah, there we go. It looks like Lucas Degrassi trying to go round the outside of Muller there, and Muller holds his nerve. The two Mahindra power cars side by side in the final sector there.
Double yellow, and to number 33 has stopped on the track. That is Dan Tictum at turn 6. Double yellow.
Sorry, that was Robin Frines, not
yeah.
Muller.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we've got a double yellow flag for that incident. Let's have a restart.
Sete Kamara in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, not him too. And this unbelievable.
Well, he's
Bird.
dropped behind Tictum now, and here comes Sam Bird on attack mode.
Oh.
Up the inside of Jake Hughes.
Gonna
Into
get
turn
him.
1, there's a move up in front. That's Cassidy and Da Costa having a look at one another.
Cassidy.
Drivers left at the exit of turn 6. Please obey the flags.
Car drivers left at turn 6.
So Da
POV.
Costa has dropped behind Evans and Cassidy now.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, I think that happened when we were on ad break as well, and we didn't see anything. No, oh, look, there was
Oh.
smoke. That's why.
That's Fenestras.
Yeah, Sasha Fenestras has stopped. And is he the 33?
Double
No,
wave
he's the
yellows.
23.
That's surely going to be a safety car, Josh.
Well, it is. Safety car deployed. Safety car is deployed, and that stopped the action. That's right in the
Yeah,
firing
that
line.
chicane feels like they're always getting bunched up and creating a concertina effect, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the confirmation from the safety car.
Don't get this off the screen.
And now, look, that's going to count Vern back into 5th position. He's defending from Bird, but the safety car is out. So, it's been 8 laps. We've had a lead change. I'm afraid we don't know who and how that happened because Eurosport decided to go to an ad break just to, you know, I've had a bit enough of Eurosport and BT Sport. They're the same company under Warner Brothers this year. You can certainly bloody tell with BT Sport MotoGP not showing all the action and Eurosport now going to a break in the middle of a race and missing an overtake. I don't know who's in charge of you clowns, but get yourself in bloody working order. Right, lap 9 of 31. Here's the standings under the safety car. Then we get Ed. Van Dorn leads, Evans is second, Cassidy third, down to Costa, Verne, top 5, Bird, Hughes, Rast, Gunther, Verline the top 10. Then it's Dennis, Muller, Roland, Tictum, Sete Camera, Degrassi, Frines, Boemi, Mortara, Lotterer, Fenestraz 21, and then out of the race early on is Norman Nato, and Fenestraz now out 2, Ed. And this is how he did it. Oh, let's see replay the start.
So here we go then. This is the replay at the very start of the race then. That's the Costa defending despite having the slower line. Mortara hits the back of Evans, and we're about to see Norman Nato try and make a double move on the McLaren, and that's 0-0 stuff there because he completely misjudged that one, and that felt very, very opportunistic, didn't it? A bit over ambitious.
I'm just typing.
Oh, and almost did he get knocked
Nato,
there?
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he did.
I'd like to see the onboard from Nato. Almost like he thought he had the inside and something knocked him off course there, one of the cars in front. Here's the onboard with Bird as he's got 3 wide in front of him, and we should get a good view of Nato. So yeah, so sort of trying to. Oh no, he got caught out by the McLaren braking so early.
That was Hughes,
and he just couldn't stop in time.
Let's have a look.
Actually, I think Norman Nato was caught out there, and this is a bit later on. Oh, that's the jump. That's Cassidy going over the jump and getting sideways. He got a bit too far to the right there.
That's what I saw.
That's the jump at its worst.
And this is
the move for the lead that we missed.
Yeah, so
all 4 of them bunched up then.
And Van Dorn on the inside.
That felt like the Costa letting him through there.
Right.
So I think Antonio's decided to save energy for later in the race and to draft the guys in front.
Josh also said, why have they gone to ad breaks? Adam says, hi, Josh and Ed. He picked Degrassi to win. That's a good call. From the back of the field, but fingers crossed he could do it. He's done it before in Formula E. Synthel says that they really should be deploying these safety cars sooner. And hello to Omi, who says, oh no, you're not that too late, don't worry. You can't be too cautious. I think there may have been a bit too much debris as well, yeah. And Fenestraz's car, Ed, is still out there on the circuit. They haven't moved it. And we've lost yet more time under the safety car.
Yeah. Just having a peek, by the way, at the EERC 6 hours of Istanbul. Oh, look at that vehicle on track. So good thing we are behind safety car. And the marshals looking very agitated. As indeed, I'm a bit agitated with Eurosport since that very rude, well, not that rude message I sent to them, but as I said, bloody sort yourselves out, like you said, Josh. And I think that was Ticton missing a bit the side of his wing there. So he's had an adventurous day today as ever. But there we go. Then we can see what's left over. So Van Dorn has been in attack mode. He's 3 minutes left, so I think Van Dorn has effectively wasted his.
Yeah.
Verne has wasted a minute, so he's in a similar position to his teammate. And Bird still used all of his 3 minutes to get from 9th to 6th then. So Bird actually having a very effective early use of attack mode. Frines, Boemi, Mortara not really able to make much progress. And this safety car has neutralized the field anyway, so Boemi, Mortara are sort of caught up with the pack anyway.
You see, now's the time for an ad break if you go for it. But this is Eurosport. We pay for Eurosport.
That would be the Channel 5 approach.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel, Josh, maybe they did that because they thought, oh, well, nobody's bloody watching Formula E. No one will care.
I hope
That's what I feel like the logic is.
All I do know is that...
I think it's the attitude towards motorsport in general. Is those stands look a little bit sparse.
They do, don't they? Not many people in the
considering how busy it's been in Brazil.
Let's hear from Boemi.
Yes, it's fun. Oh.
24 to go. That's a massive amount we can save compared to everyone else. We've got a very efficient car. I know it's damaged.
Okay, so they're saying that, but when we still might take it. I tell you what, I love the fans.
He's not going to win from 18th.
No, he's not. I'm loving the fans' engagement here, but we're out with the safety car, and they are going so slow down towards turn 1 because I think Fenestraz's car is completely stuck.
Yeah, I thought the Brazilian marshals tend to be one of the better trained cars, especially in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
You know, as they said earlier in the broadcast, birthplace of like the Ayrton Senna, Rubens Barrichello, Emerson Fittipaldi. So I guess the IndyCar circuit that this uses a part of isn't that used to action. And there's Bruno Carrera.
Oh wow!
Is that Ricardo? Garcia. I know,
That's
it's Bruno on the.
Carrera. Is
It's
that
Bruno
it?
on the right. And
Yeah.
then
Bruno
Ricciardo on the
Senna.
left.
Are you sure that's not Bruno Senna? Oh, it's very much like Bruno Senna to me.
It might be Bruno Senna. Yes.
Yeah, in the passenger
That might be
seat
why they
safety car.
showed us that.
Yeah, because that is definitely Bruno Carrera, the safety car driver. But on the left side, it did look like it
It
was
looked like
Bruno.
Ricardo. It said Ricardo on the side of the helmet.
Oh,
so I think it might
we'll
be
say
the,
there. Yeah, but the
might
eyes
be the
looks.
doctor.
I want another look at that. Yeah, because the eyes looks a bit Senna-ish. But it could be Ricardo.
You said that about, people say that about everyone. though.
Yes, that's true. Although I'm very happy the fact that we actually just got to see inside the safety car.
There we go. Fenestraz is out of harm's way for the most part. So the vehicle in the runoff area has just got to make it behind the barrier. And we should be getting back underway to racing action very soon. And,
I think your spot of
that doesn't look too
apologised.
good.
Oh,
That's Roland
yeah.
with his front wing dragging on the floor. It looks very much like in Hyderabad, where it nearly fell off as well. So if I were Oliver Rowland, I would be getting a few spit and prayers on that front wing to try and stick it to my car a little bit easier. Here's Buemi.
Yeah,
We're going to see what happened to him. So Gunfer in front.
Yeah.
So Gunfer is held up by Bird, I think, in front of him. Buemi doesn't react in time. And that actually, I think Dennis got overtaken by Verline because of that.
Yeah. Just
Here we go.
completely
Watch
locked
this.
up.
So Buemi is sort of thinking about a move here, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, he doesn't get to the outside in time. That was exactly what happened to Robin Fryans, wasn't it?
Yeah, took his hands off
And so
the wheel.
Buemi, because of that safety car, he's been coasting around the back and has got more energy than the people in front of him. But I think Buemi might be able to sneak a few points here if he plays his cards right over the next 20 laps or so. But
Eurosport have
I don't feel-
apologised for the ad break. It was an error.
oh, it was an error. So somebody lent on the VT mixer.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
Vision mixer.
It explains
That's a
why
bit
we
shame.
it explains why we saw adverts cutting in with themselves, like they were trying to get back to live pictures. So that's a nice thing that they've apologised at least.
Rookie error, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although it did spoil a bit of the race. So you don't get an apology.
To be fair, they couldn't have predicted that would be an exciting part of the race, but they could have not done that. They could have been a bit more careful.
Look where they're leaning. A very interesting start camera. As soon as the lights went out, they went to the side track. I thought, let's have some fun, Uncle.
Can you give any comparison in terms of energy? No, negative. Not right now. Negative.
So Verline asked.
Any info on energy? Negative? Nope, not right now.
Well, it's not shown up on TV yet, so
No, it
we don't
hasn't,
know. It's basically the message there.
Safety
Remy
car in
Verline actually excelling in the top speed, so he's also done the most overtakes in this race. 7 laps. But safety car in the slap, Josh.
8 places he's made up. I think the most of anybody. You're right, Ed. Look, Degrassi's made up 6.
You know, it's a
So
shame
very-
Eurosport let the side down because the direction in the race has been a bit better than Cape Town. I feel like the angles are giving us, even the helicopter angles have more clear focus on the track. It's not someone wobbling at the camera while trying to fly the helicopter at the same time.
And I'm actually enjoying
So Mitch
the track.
Evans up to second now. I wonder if Jaguar fancy trying to run away with this race at any point. If they can keep Cassidy in the similarly powered car and Antonio Felix Costa behind, then I reckon Mitch Evans might fancy his chances here.
Let's see then, we'll have some added time, remember, with extra laps later on, so maybe Eurosport will get those back. Long run down towards the green flag. It's out now, so it's a long start-finish straight though.
Yeah, Van Dorn dictating the pace, remember?
He's not going to push it, is he? Where are they? They're just coming out the last corner now.
There we go. He's gone immediately to
okay.
catch out on the penultimate corner to catch Mitch Evans out. So there, Mitch Evans isn't going to be in the slipstream. Everyone behind shuffle back together as they cross the start-finish line, Josh.
Away we go, once again in Sao Paulo, and it's a beautiful restart from Stoffel Van Dorn. Evans, don't think can make anything, but Van Dorn's used the most energy of anyone. He's got 2% less than everybody else.
Gunther pulling out to the right.
Oh, carbon fibre getting flown up everywhere as well. As Gunther keeps out, but Muller and Ronan were in a bit of a battle as well. Coming into T number 1, out of T3, and down the back straight away. Let's hear from Evans, he's in P2.
Copy. 2%, solid 2% up on Van Dorn. Cassidy behind, same energy. Cars behind, now 1% down.
So it's just the energy updates as well that we saw on the screen coming through, and Evans is now going to attack Stoffel because he's got 2% more. He hasn't even taken the attack mode yet, and he's already looking racy, Ed.
He is, but he might want
look
to
at
worry
that.
about later on. Oh, and here comes Da Costa up the inside of Cassidy into turn 7.
And he's mugged him.
through.
He's mugged him completely. That's fantastic. 3rd position back to Da Costa. Now we've got a 3-way
I
fight.
wonder if Porsche didn't Porsche made DaCosta drop back maybe because they didn't think there would be a safety car. And now there has been. DaCosta's like, right, I better get a hurry up before these guys streak away from me later in the race.
Just push it
Now he's already on the back of Evans now.
Do you remember at the start of the year when it was Verline and Dennis who were the two that were running away with the championship? Now ever since round 4...
10th and 11th for the moment.
Yeah, and it's DaCosta who's sort of woken up and has remembered he's actually a world champion. Dad's turn 1, he's going for second. He's gone for second.
He's already got the inside, Josh.
Fabulous move.
Beautifully judged there. And Evans wasn't fighting that one too hard either.
He's waiting for the attack mode, which is the outside of turn 3. Anyone's going to go for it? Oh, round the outside.
Look at this. That's Dennis trying to go around the outside of Verline, but that ran out of room there. But there's then the Neos. That's Tictum, I think, getting involved here with Muller.
And
this is Sede Kamara, sorry.
Oh, look at Cassidy on the inside of Evans, down into turn 7. He's going to force him out of the way. Fabulous.
That was a very incisive move there, and Evans had to be. And there's Gunther in trouble again. He's trying to go around the outside of Rene Rast. The chicane and just having to get out of the way, and Gunther gets a penalty for not following race director's instructions.
Cassidy's looking very racy down to the braking zone.
I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe that was to do with the contact after Buemi, maybe, or something early in the race, perhaps a start procedure.
Rejoining, maybe, because he did cut that track twice.
Oh, rejoining, he did have that moment where he fully locked up into turn 1, didn't he?
So I don't think he stopped. I don't think he came to a full stop.
And now Byrne is going to try and attack Mitch Evans, so Evans' race. I wonder if Jaguar are in a save strategy here, and Envision, DS, and Porsche are basically trying to get to the front.
I've got a lot of energy, but need to be smart.
I've got a lot of energy, but let me do it. And here comes Cassidy on the inside. Cassidy takes the lead! Where did that come from? Cassidy,
that was Van Dorn really backing off there.
And now it's a mayhem into turn 1. It's 4 abreast further back, and there's contact. There's a wing lost. Here was that. What it was, a wing being exploded. Is that off the front of Sergio Sete Camera? I think it was. But Van Dorn
Cassidy
leads.
into attack mode, so he drops back down to 4.
And
now he's going to be alongside DaCosta.
And Evans is into second
And now he's
position.
going to attack Evans.
And he's around the outside, and he's taken second place. Cassidy is a one-man band out here.
And Gunther dies around the outside of both McLarens. Can he make it through? He's got past Rast, but Hughes holds firm.
Fantastic race here. It is changing every second.
Cassidy only had a minute of attack mode, but he's certainly made it count, hasn't he?
Yes, he's done fantastically well. He might even jump Van Dorn. Van Dorn, as you said, it was massively saving energy. Cassidy went,
It's almost like he knew Cassidy somehow was going to go into attack mode immediately after. But that's quite 6 cents. And Dennis stationary, so that's Dennis stuck. And oh dear, Dennis, after not scoring in the last 2 races, his championship charge has really come to a screeching halt, hasn't it, John?
It has, and that's going to be another safety car. It's on the run out of turn 3, so that's surely another safety car in the waiting. But here comes Nick Cassidy to the inside to take the lead of the EPrix, and Evans is trying to go around the outside. It's
Van Dorn is just slowing them all down, isn't he?
And look at that, Evans has still got the inside line, and here comes DaCosta, going to get through, and Evans into turn 3. No, not that!
3. Please obey the flags.
Yeah, we don't need to see
Yellow
Scott
flags into turn 3, so he couldn't get through anyway.
Oh, that's true.
No, he did.
Yeah,
he did actually get through. So he might be in trouble there. But here comes Cassidy for the lead, round the outside into turn 4 and 5.
Yeehaw from Cassidy, leads the race. Van Dorn to second. They're all backing up. The McLarens are having a traffic jam.
Gunther trying his favourite move round the outside again.
Fantastic! This is brilliant in Brazil. Lotta is up to 17th position and past Tictum. Here comes DaCosta on the inside of Van Dorn on the inside of turn 7 and makes the move. Unbelievable race. And surely there's going to be a safety car soon.
Yeah, but a lot of this is because Van Dorn was backing the pack up earlier, and DaCosta, he was very lucky not to damage his front wing earlier. Is it a little bit damaged, Josh?
Yeah, it is.
Oh! Yeah, the bridge on the top of the wing is a little bit wonky, but other than that, DaCosta just about got away earlier when Van Dorn was backing everyone up. But that, to me, shows that DS are worried about energy.
They've thrown the safety car after they've passed the pit lane. Oh, well, Scott Elkins must be having an off day, but the track is littered with debris.
Off year, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good. Dennis was there was a whole lap there where we all knew Dennis was there
at
the exit of turn 3.
Where's he gone?
I think he's a bit further up the road, Josh.
Right.
This might have got going again, you know.
Where is
Very slowly on the way back to the pits.
I don't think he's
down in
stopped.
20th. Is he on the driver tracker anyway?
I'm looking. Oh no, he's still registered as stopped. But I can't see him. Right, this is the move before the TV director gave us the shots of Cassidy on the inside taking the pair of them into turn 1. But we never saw...
No, this is the initial move.
Yes,
this is the
right,
earlier
yeah.
move. And Evans also getting through DaCosta as well, crucially. DaCosta later was able to get through. And this is Cassidy going to attack mode as well at the same time. And getting back into full position. That was a very well timed strategically. And look at this middle pack. So Dennis get collected by somebody there. Or did he just cruise
he's
through a
broke
hole?
the suspension, so he got clobbered. The suspension's broke.
Oh, got a feel for Jake Dennis really, because his season is starting to really fall apart. Wow, look at the front of that nose cone, completely punched in where the Porsche logo is.
Yeah.
And Dennis looks absolutely disgusted. I think he knows he's been taken out of this one.
Ed,
Go on.
he's not on the track. Why is there a safety car?
Well, he's been taken out of the barrier. I think he was somewhere in the runoff area before then, so I don't think that was... I think the safety car should have been called a lot sooner.
Yeah, and
But also, that was because they thought, oh, we'll just get away with yellow flags at sort of turn 3 there. And I wonder if DaCosta might be in trouble as well for overtake, because we cut to the steward's room. I don't know if DaCosta overtook under waved yellow flag.
I think you're right. He overtook under yellow flags because they were out before turn 3. But we did cut to the steward's room. Oh, here we go.
But that was as the message was being given. But here we go, on board with Dennis. So we're going to see who collects him here.
So he gets through turn 1.
So there's the collision into turn 1. That's Bird in front of him. No, it's Verline, sorry, in front of him.
Oh, he got tagged from the back. And there he gets Verline.
He hit the side of Verline as well. So the two title contenders coming together then. So this is almost a NATO repeat, isn't it, of what happened with NATO? Or was it Degrassi?
Hang on a minute.
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
No, I think it might have been Tictum that hit the back of him, because Tictum's lost his front wing.
Yeah, so Tictum nerves the back of him, and then he goes into the side of Verline, and it just breaks the suspension and kills the car.
That's the face of a man under pressure as well. The tyre pressure was just a bit under when Hancock took the measurement mid-race in Cape Town, when that was what really cost him any chance of points there. And now he's been taken out by Tictum effectively. He's lost his front wing.
The championship,
I guess, for a new one.
Yeah, championship done then for Dennis, I would say at this point.
No, not done, because he's still second coming in. Depends how things work out here, but DaCosta and Verne are definitely going to get through past him.
Here's the reason for the safety car.
Verline does as well.
Yeah, here's the reason for the safety car. They are actually cleaning the track. There's too much carbon fibre, so the race control have thrown.
And Roland has only got a little bit of the bridge hanging on his front wing, so...
Has he actually got a front wing?
In a pretty similar state of affairs.
Who hasn't got a front wing? Is that Lotterer, you said?
So Tictum and Roland with no front wing. Oh, Roland's got a little bit of the bridge hanging off.
Yeah.
Flamingo, yeah?
I'll
attack Flamingo.
give a little demonstration for the folks at home who obviously can't see how much is left of the Mahindra front wing. About this much.
Yeah.
The little sticker you see there?
That's bang on, actually, yeah. I'll tell you what,
So he's
Ed,
lost all of this.
this race is not designed for someone who's still got chest problems post-COVID. This is insane.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, especially with Eurosport not making it easier.
That's true.
By keeping us in suspense.
And BT Sport yesterday and today not making things with MotoGP.
Oh. Tell you what, I've actually lost a bit that I took off of the bridge of
You've lost the
Roland's
wing.
front wing. The Lego bit of the wing.
Well, Ed will find the wing.
Right, well, I've got most of the safety car period to look.
Just be aware.
Marshall's on the track, picking up debris, so just be aware.
Ray Marshall's as well.
Yeah.
There it is. I'll tell you what happened. This little black piece, exactly the same colour, it blended into my keyboard.
Yeah, I thought so, keyboard. Yeah. Here's Tictum. So this is Tictum on the inside.
Oh, is this on the nose cone? He's trying to make a double move.
Oh, he hit him
it's
twice.
too ambitious.
So yeah, that's when he hit him. I thought he hit him earlier, and then it's
Well, that's
Dennis.
the problem with people coasting so much into turn 1.
Yeah.
Is that people sort of think they can make those double moves like that, and Tictum was hoping for a space to emerge and sort of diving up inside, hoping for the best. And there was Dennis. So I imagine Andretti and Dennis will be pushing for a penalty for that one.
I think there will
but
be.
Degrassi and Degrassi's gained 10 places. Mortara's lost 10 places of his grid spot. Cassidy up front and Bird, the big winners here. Verline as well, getting 8 places into the top 10.
I can hear double of Jack at the moment. It's really disorientating coming through.
Fragmenting, you might say. Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm amazed.
It's like how I
yeah.
used to do the commentary for ERC. I used to have myself echoing on my ears, and I wonder how on earth these guys in broadcast, because Jack Nichols, you can almost guarantee has got his producers in his ear.
Yeah.
He's got himself in another ear. So yeah, you got to. I think people criticize commentators, especially people like David Croft, like very easily. But it's a tough job, and I actually think you consider how difficult this is. Oh, an arty shot from the wing mirror of the safety car here. So
I'm
it's
loving
Bruno Carrera
this.
on the left there. Wow.
Safety car in this lap. I agree.
Just had to wait 9 seasons to see all of these.
Yes, I agree with you though, Ed. We're getting a lot more arty and cooler shots this weekend. It's a shame,
Look at all
however.
that Coca-Cola in the Jaguar pit.
Sponsored, I presume. Although we are in
I
Sao
think
Paulo.
so.
Sao Paulo is massive with Coca-Cola.
It was just what was on offer, I guess. And look at those, Garrett. Those sort of look like those. If you ever played Forza Horizon 4 and you find those barn finds, those are what those look like in the background. Look like old air bases. But anyway, Cassidy about to get going anytime soon.
Green flag.
Go to green, and he's going to wait to the last possible moment at the penultimate corner to try and catch out Da Costa. He goes on the throttle, but Da Costa was waiting for him there and is kept in the rearview mirror. So Da Costa might be able to lunge into turn 1, or will he wait, save a bit more energy? 58% for both of them. Evans looking really good on 59 though, and similar for Bird as well.
Remember,
Hughes looking quite bad on 57, but Costa as well.
57.
Van Dorn on the worst on 54. So the DS car not looking the best here in terms of energy saving.
Oh, look at the McLaren. That's Gunther trying to look around the outside of Hughes with Rast there too. Oh, and Cassidy does take it. So does Van Dorn. So Da Costa takes the lead of the race. But for how long? As they take 3 minutes of attack mode. Sete Camera taking it also.
Yeah, there we go. So this puts Evans into second place then, and side by side they go. Bird and Van Dorn, and Van Dorn is through.
Van Dorn up into fifth position then with that attack mode. He's right behind his teammate now, Jean-Eric Verne. Oh, drama!
Look how bunched it is. That's Degrassi trying to go around the outside of their line, and he's going to lose out to Muller potentially on exit.
Down we go then. Da Costa takes the lead once again here. Let's hear as from him as Gunther goes defensive.
Okay, really use your energy now. Use your energy.
Use the energy.
And look at Muller trying to go around the outside of Degrassi. Those two have been having an amazing battle for 11th pretty much the whole race.
Oh,
and
Roland is under investigation. Ed did not follow race director's instructions, so Oliver Roland down in 14th place could have a penalty as well.
No, does that mean he went off at turn 1 and rejoined, or is that because he lost his front wing in that as well? Right, so Da Costa and Evans yet to use their attack modes.
Yeah. So they've got to.
Cassidy and Van Dorn have used the last of theirs, so Cassidy and Van Dorn don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, look
They can
at
just
Van
focus on
Dorn.
saving energy.
Oh,
that was on his teammate as well, was it? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So Verne wasn't fighting too hard there.
And Gunther stays behind. Here we go, look, Cassidy's going to take it. And yeah, Da Costa takes attack mode. So does Evans, and Cassidy takes the lead.
Yeah, Cassidy in the lead, and crucially still in attack mode, so Cassidy should be able to hold on to this at least for the next few seconds. Van Dorn and Evans side by side.
Evans got
is
through. Oh, and he nearly went. Yeah, Evans is through. Nearly went into the back of Da Costa as well, down at turn 4. So Cassidy leads, but it's not going to last much longer.
Everybody nearly went into the back of each other.
They're all saving.
That's been the race, isn't it?
Yeah.
That chicane is just a horrible chicane to go through. It's sort of like Mexico on steroids without as much space to use there.
Oh, look at this.
Now, Evans through past Da Costa into turn 7.
And there's
Beautiful
more.
move
There's
there.
more drama further back. We've got a yellow flag. Double yellow, and there goes
Evans goes for the lead, Josh. Around the outside of Cassidy.
Oh, another fantastic move. He was told to push over
And
the
that's
radio.
him saving that energy earlier.
Yeah.
We've only got 11 laps to go now. I think Evans is going to try and hold on to this and sprint away now.
Evans
I've timed this perfectly.
You have. Evans leads Cassidy. Then it's Da Costa. Green flag back out. So what that double yellow was, I don't know. But the 51 of Nico Muller has dropped to 18th position. That's now.
The DS Penske's look very weak here.
Yeah.
Bird is going to attack them quite soon.
Sam's going to go for him. He's going to look on the inside line. That's because taking Verne goes with the attack. So does Rene Rast. And that's going to allow them to separate a little bit more. Coming down the straight. And now Rast is behind
surely
Hughes.
Hughes is going to let Rast through here, isn't he?
Yeah, otherwise he's going to be susceptible to Gunther coming into the braking zone. And the field now begins to split.
Gunther was a bit too close there.
Oh, Da Costa and Evans under investigation for overtaking under yellow
Yeah,
flag.
I thought that was going to happen.
Is this it? What's this? This is Mortara getting spun round.
That's Mortara being spun by Freins, I think.
Yes.
Was that Muller? And that's Mortara in the wall there. And that's just a miserable race for him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the double
Summed
yellow.
up there.
Mortara stopped.
Muller in
and
the pits as well, so
yeah.
Muller took damage from that too. Lotterer is going into attack mode at the very back of the field as well.
Mortara is out, Ed. Mortara is out according to the timing screen. He's stopped in the 3rd sector. So Eduardo Mortara is out of the race.
What a miserable couple of races for Eduardo Mortara.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Sam Bird, after having a miserable race, serving group penalty here, he's up to 5th now, past Vern, and closing on, on Van Dorn. Oh, here we go. Is that Verline getting past Vern as well?
Yeah, so
also, finally, Verline starting to get back in the race as well.
Oh, and here...
And getting some good points.
Bird
and Bird into
it.
attack mode.
Yeah, and he's... Oh, and Rast and Verline on investigation for overtaking to go flag. So that safety car...
So they must have done the move at the same time as Da Costa on Evans.
Yeah, so look, Rast is now ahead of Hughes, but Hughes on 3 minutes now of attack mode. He's going to breeze past his teammate. Although, which is a
Not necessarily. He didn't breeze past before.
That's
I
true.
think these two are fighting each other genuinely, so it's like taking turns to use attack mode then.
The lights, and look, Evans has now run out of attack mode, but the lights are still on. The lights aren't working to let us know who's on attack mode. They haven't been working all season long.
Well, are the lights really just for show? Do they mean anything? Are they
it gives me a
showing the
little
driver's
heads up.
marital status, relationship status or something?
So it should be on the attack mode, though. It gives me a little helping out, but look, they're still on it.
Are the married ones lit up and the
Yeah.
ones that maybe have a little bit of relationship trouble sort of flicking on and off?
Yeah.
I don't know, like Facebook status or something.
It's complicated with flashing yellow lights.
Don't know.
I feel sorry
That kind
for
of sums up the lights for me.
Verlines isn't even on down there. Oh, and having to go defensive. Well, where's the direction?
And that's Vern using attack mode to try and fight back past the line,
get
but
it.
not successfully.
No, so Verline stays ahead of Vern, and let's hear from Cassidy. Oh, who's that? Da Costa.
Da Costa needs to go again, right?
Da Costa needed to get into attack mode, and he's done it. So Da Costa now loses the position
so
of Van
that
Dorn.
puts Da Costa behind Van Dorn then, again. Look at the top 5 overtakes, pretty even to Grassi, Verline, Bird, Cassidy.
Hughes has taken...
Evans leading at the moment.
Hughes has taken... Rast has taken 3 minutes, so now he's behind Hughes again. McLaren aren't
there we go,
thinking...
McLaren.
Yeah.
Yeah, McLaren are just trying to get their attack modes out of the way. Verline hasn't used any yet, neither is Degrassi. So do they know something we don't? Are they waiting for a late safety car to bunch the pack up again?
Da Costa's closing in, trying to get a move on Van Dorn. Meantime, Verline's in there as well.
Well, there will be extra time, of course, for that.
Yeah.
For both safety cars, actually.
And Verline hasn't used any attack mode, Ed. He's still on 4 minutes compared to everybody else.
And now, crucially, he's right behind his teammate who's used up the last of his attack mode trying to fight Van Dorn. But can he get through here, Da Costa? That's going to be crucial.
Can Cassidy take the lead of the race as well? He's right behind Evans, down towards the first corner. Meantime, further back as well, finally making the move as Verline stays ahead again of Evans.
There we go. Van Dorn knew he just couldn't afford to use up the energy. It's like you're cashing checks that you can't spend later on. That's the problem. As into attack mode goes Evans, so Cassidy retakes the lead.
So Cassidy leads again. Then more lead
And
changes.
it's only a minute for Evans, so he's going to struggle to catch back up to Cassidy then.
There's more lead changes in this race than all season.
He may find Da Costa attacking him soon.
Yeah, more lead changes in this race than any other this season as well. It's gone Van Dorn, Da Costa, Van Dorn, Cassidy, Da Costa, Cassidy, Evans, Cassidy.
That really shows. We were sort of predicting kind of pack racing kind of here, the Formula equivalent. And we've kind of seen that, haven't we?
We have, it's been good.
Especially with Van Dorn trying to back everyone up because he knew the DS this wasn't as efficient as the Porsche or the Jaguar. And Vern is sort of in a similar position, isn't he? With Bird still all over the back of him.
Brother JP said
there's the energy.
Racing with Gen 3 is a huge improvement, some fantastic racing. It's taken a while for it to get into its groove with everybody learning the new tech, but the last couple of races have been fab.
Yeah, Bird, Cassidy, Da Costa, Evans looking the best on energy with Van Dorn, Verline. Vern doing a little better, actually. Vern has sort of got the energy back under control.
Degrassi is out of attack mode. Rast is 40 seconds. Oh, and who's that? That's Evans!
That's Da Costa going straight on.
And he stops, and he gets
going. He's had to stop, and that's like Verline through, as well as Vern and Bird. So disastrous mistake for Antonio Felix Da Costa, and I'm regretting picking him to win now.
Da Costa down to 7th then, with a long way to go in this race.
That's the kind of error that can decide your championship as well.
But Bird is the word. He's going for it.
Give me 1 or 2 more laps.
Verline saying, give me 1 or 2 others. He wants information. Bird is going for it.
Now, because that's Da Costa out of the way now, so this opens the door dramatically for Verline. If he can get his attack modes out of the way, get a gap to Vern that he can use, then he can potentially win this thing.
Is he just locked up? Didn't slow down. Yeah, he locked up on the inside front right.
Had to back out really late into that one. And he almost slowed down too much, came to right to a stop, so he'll avoid a penalty. But look how many places he lost from where he was.
Cassidy's got an open goal right now if he can keep it out front with that envision. to take a victory here in Sao Paulo. Evans wants it too, as they head down towards
Still
T1.
at least 7 or 8 laps to go, though, haven't we, with those extra time?
Plus the extra, yeah, you're right. So there's a lot more left. Let's hear from Verline once again.
Okay, let's invest.
Bird.
Push into attack. Take attack. Strap 3.
Verline's going to take the attack mode as well. Here he comes, and that's going to allow Vern, Bird, and Da Costa back through. Or is it? Yeah, Da Costa goes through. That scuppered Verline a bit. He's taken 3 minutes of his 4, so he's still got another minute left. He's going to go for it now.
Surely Da Costa's got to let him through here.
Yeah.
At some point, or at least not fight too hard, because he's going to be sitting duck down the straight here.
Verline is missing
Need to
part of his
maximise
wing.
their score.
You're right, Verline's missing part of his
He's missing
wing.
the very end of the
Yeah.
nose, and Da Costa's got the front one just about holding on.
Buemi's out of attack mode. Now we're riding on board with Da Costa looking back with Verline in front. So they're on board with the 2 Tag Heuer Porsches into the braking zone at turns 7 and 8. Are we going to see any manoeuvres going around? Nope, we're not.
Both of these guys under pressure then. Da Costa made a mistake earlier, but also Verline recovering from his mistake at the beginning of Cape Town as well.
Yeah.
So both of these guys kind of a little bit on edge and not sure exactly how this is going to go. Surely down the straight, it's going to be Verline getting through on Da Costa, and then he might be able to attack Bird and Vern ahead of him.
Look at the clouds, getting very dark over the back of the track.
Yeah, there were worries it was going to rain pre-race. Here we go, down the straight. Verline, is he going to pull
He's
out
gonna
to the
look for
right?
it. Oh,
No, Da Costa holds him off then, so Da Costa using more energy.
he was asking
This
it
is
over
really
the radio.
backfiring
Yeah.
for Porsche, isn't it?
He was asking over the radio, can I pass? Is he going to let me pass? No, he hasn't. Is
No
the
chance,
answer.
buddy. They're fighting for the championship. Da Costa isn't going to be. Remember
No.
him and Vern at Techeetah? There
Yeah.
are a few times where John Vern asked, "Oh, is he gonna? Why is he fighting me?" Or Da Costa would criticise Vern especially. This guy needs to learn how to drive. And
Sam.
mistake from Da Costa again through the chicane, and that allows Bird to scupper away.
And
I think you're right, Josh. I think
yeah.
Cassidy just needs to hold on here from Evans,
Yeah.
and he's got this one. And Van Dorn is going to take a very lucky podium, if I'm being honest, because unless the DS cars run out of energy on the final lap.
Well, he's still 2% less, isn't he, than everybody else? And I'd love to get the energy back.
With
to
these
see it.
mistakes, he's gaining that time back, though, isn't he?
That's true, yeah.
And it looks like everyone apart from Muller, who's out of the race now, sadly, in the pits, has used their attack mode, apart from Berline, who's still got another minute left.
Yeah, and Roland's on to the last 3 minutes now. He's on 2:13 to go. Let's hear from Verline.
Hold position. Save energy behind.
Wow, hold position, save energy behind. So he's been told by the team, do not go, as there's a yellow out turn 1. I don't know why, though.
Yeah, he's still got another attack mode, but he can't go into it just yet. He's
Oh,
got
that's
another
why.
30 seconds of this. 30 seconds of this one, so they're saying use up this one, then go into attack mode, because he's got a gap to Hughes behind him. There was a yellow briefly
Gunther,
there.
he
I think
went
that
off.
might be. Yeah, Gunther maybe went off as Buemi got through again. Buemi's had a really good recovery here, back into the points.
Really go a
From,
great job.
remember that crash early on.
Yeah, and he was stopped completely for about 10 seconds before he restarted, because he had to
Buemi's
reverse
still got
it.
a lot of energy to use, isn't he? So he could potentially clear the McLarens and start bothering Verline soon. So
Oh, Bird.
that's why Porsche might be getting a bit cagey here.
Bird's just been told to push.
Yeah, and he's all over the back of Vern now. So we've got these two battles all great together, haven't we?
This is great racing. 28:31 plus added time coming as they come through. More laps will get added to the battle. And still looking, track clear at turn 1. It was Gunther locked up and went straight on. Here's Verline.
I'm saving a lot. Okay, copy.
I'm saving a lot. Added laps then, 4 extra laps with that safety car. As from the back angle, turn 1 is looking very, very dark. As up the
So
inside,
35
Bird.
laps total. Bird up the inside of John Vern.
And he takes 4th position. So Sam Bird moves up the positions. Vern can't fight back. I was just thinking it was Da Costa. No. Verline takes his last attack mode.
Oh, it's going to be close.
He'll
with
lose.
Hughes.
Yeah, loses out to the McLaren. That's annoying.
Well, he'll have to run down the straight here. He's a lot closer than he was to Da Costa. On the outside he goes.
And he's taking him.
Oh, is he going to go over the bump? He just avoids the worst of the bump, does Jake Hughes. That's quite sensible.
Oh, did he get the break? Yes, he did. So Hughes, who was the star of the season openers, as you said earlier, Ed, hasn't really put himself in the window for good overtaking the last couple. He's had some really bad manoeuvres.
Well, he's had some bad luck in Hyderabad with the debris getting stuck in the wheel, and then Cape Town, he was a little bit anonymous, made a little mistake, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sort of finished lower end of the top 10. So Hughes is sort of banking points finishes though, still on course to beat Rast at the moment. But Evans closing on the back of Nick Cassidy. I think it's going to be these two fighting exclusively for victory in the last couple of laps here.
So Cassidy crosses the line to start lap 31.
Or Van Dorn under pressure now from Bird.
No, lap 30, yeah. Here we go. Bird's going to make the move into the first corner on Van Dorn. He's got the slipstream. Breezes through with Van Dorn having to save the energy. Bird on the podium here in Sao Paulo. The master of the Americas.
Really outboxed Porsche here, haven't they?
Massively.
They've got 3 of their powertrain cars up front, and even Buemi's going to score some points here as well. So Porsche have really blown for a strong position, because if you think about it...
what the hell is James Barkley doing?
Da Costa should be 3rd right now, behind the 2 leaders.
What was James Barkley doing there? Did you see his hands sort of moving up and down just outside the desk view?
Oh, he's just got a Coke can. He's nervously wobbling. Trying to open, I guess.
In front, you'll catch them.
You'll catch them. So it could be a 3-way fight after all. So Bird must be really good on energy then.
There we go. TV pictures took a second to sit back up. Yeah, so Evans, so it's free to race with the Jaguar of Evans, but Evans is right in the back and is quicker. But then Nick Cassidy as well. He's caught right up with him as well. So Evans might take the lead here and then hold him up, hold Cassidy up so Bird can come and play.
Indeed, I'm just looking at the extended laps.
Oh, look at this. Evans has got the run on him down towards the first corner. No one's going to make a move there. It's lap 31 or 31, but we will have any time.
How much energy, Sam? N00U.
Save energy or use energy? That was a bit bizarre with the radio message. Bird's hunting them, though. It's too far back, surely. Evans is going to go for it. He's so close into turn 4 and 5.
Not close enough, Josh.
Oh, where do you think? Where do you think? He's going to have to send it somewhere.
He's got 1% more, and Bird's got 9% more. So now Jaguar got to decide which one they want to try and challenge. And the problem is the Envision's got the same powertrain as well, so it's just as efficient as them.
Are they pushing us? He just asked over the radio, Cassidy. Well, can he not look in his mirrors to see the 2 white and black Jaguars right behind? And
look at the DS's under attack from Da Costa as well.
Yeah, Vern's past Van Dorn, so they've swapped around, and they are less in energy. Look at that.
Vern had better energy. Just.
Ed, they're going to have to do 4 laps with 14%. That's incredibly risky.
I wonder if Jaguar going to play this smart, have Bird back off a bit, save energy, and wait for the 2, and have Evans just make Nick Cassidy run out. That's what I would do.
Evans goes for it.
Oh, here we go.
In lap 32.
He's sold him a dummy.
And he's done it. He's taken the lead. And look further back, and he's going to go.
Oh, he's gone too wide.
And Da Costa passes Vern, and the picture freezes. And Evans.
Van Dorn, sorry, not Vern.
Evans leads the race. And now Bird's going to go for it.
He's decisive now. He's just got to hold on for the next 3 laps then. So this is the chess game in full effect then. Who's got the energy? And now that they really, really desperately need it.
This is a fantastic Sao Paulo EPrix, just as Cape Town was and Hyderabad. It's giving us the excitement we want.
Good job.
Quick gap. Look after the energy now as well, as we see further back the battles. So that is Verline.
Yeah. Is Vern going to try and back up Da Costa into Van Dorn maybe? And similar with Evans here, with Nick Cassidy and Bird behind him.
Bird's looking very quick, I think. But yeah, Cassidy is now massively going to be mugged here by the 2 Jags.
Where's the Jaguar?
Let's get him.
He's going to go for it.
Right,
Lap
he's
33.
going to go for it.
Turn 1 or turn 3?
Yeah, but Cassidy's going to try and push him all the way because he desperately wants to hold on to this second place if he can't win.
Da Costa on Vern. Da Costa gets ahead into 4th position.
Or, Da Costa might just be able to snatch a podium here if he's lucky.
Yeah, if he's
these
quick.
3 hold each other up.
Oh, and he's nearly running into the back. Is Vern on the back of Da Costa. So close to turn 3 hairpin. It's involving Rast and Verline will be best here of the race.
Less energy than Bird though, so I think he might have to stay down in 4th. But I don't know which way this is going to go. Is Evans going to be able to hold on, Josh?
I don't know, because Bird's got 2% more, and that's still a long way to go in this race. Look, 7%. Bird might just take this one with the amount of energy he's got. This might be Sam Bird once again proving that when it comes to racing on the American continent, he is the dominant driver.
Well, I think there's a couple of examples where he's crashed out, but otherwise he's won, yes.
I was thinking majority,
yeah, I think in Long Beach season 1 he got taken out in the first corner or something. But
that was true.
Elsewhere he's done pretty well, like New York, as you say, in the South America as well.
Uruguay, in Punta del Este, he did well in Mexico. Obviously, he's done well in New York, as we know. He's done well also. And another race that's escaped my mind as Da Costa having to weave down the straight. Bird's trail breaking.
An ultimate lap then.
Bird was trail breaking the energy through T1. He's right in the back of Cassidy. It's a three-way fight, and it is so tight between them. This is fun.
Yeah, Cassidy hasn't given up.
No, he hasn't,
It's hard to tell, though. It's still 2% between Bird and then Cassidy and Evans on 5%.
With another
So
lap
Bird
to
could
go.
be waiting for the lap. Bird might be able to get just a bit more speed out of the last lap than the two ahead of him. But the other thing is you don't want to save energy and not get a chance to use it then. Evans on 4% then.
Oh, this might be it for...
One lap to go.
Yes, I have L2.
+2.
He said, I have L2, I think he said.
2 laps to go.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
So they're saying don't challenge Evans and don't make a risky move on Cassidy that sacrifices points. Because how much bad luck have Jaguar had this season already?
Yeah. Ed, instant involving Da Costa and Evans. No further action for overtaking under the yellow flags. So Evans, if he wins, will win.
Right, there we go. Well, actually, he wasn't in any danger anyway. It was Da Costa that overtook him under the yellow flag.
Last lap.
Anyway, here we go. Last lap to go.
Oh,
and Cassidy's still right behind him. 2% for the D2. This is going to be so tight, Josh.
Cassidy wants to make a move into the first corner. Meantime, as well, further back.
And Da Costa defending.
Yeah, from
as
Vern.
well.
Is he going to make the move? Bird's on the radio.
Target's pretty much flat out, mate. Nothing I can do now.
Ain't nothing I can do now. Target's pretty much there. So basically, he's going to have to go for it. He can't back up anymore.
And Evans on 1% here. This is going to be where the regen comes into effect then.
Oh, look at
Here comes
Cassidy.
Cassidy. He's really pushing on the outside here, but no way through the chicane.
Bird's going to be right on him as well to make these attacks. They're all so close together. Half the lap gone then. Just
And
another
Cassidy's saved
1.2.
just a little bit of energy in the toe as well. Is that going to be enough?
0.4.
0.7. Here we go.
I don't think it'll be enough. Here he goes. He's having to go defensive. He's regenning like crazy. Into the braking zone. So's Da Costa. Evans being told regen. But Bird still on 2%. I don't think there's anywhere left he can make the move unless he goes for a dive bomb. And Evans is going to hit 0% if he's not careful. Cassidy goes on the outside.
He's going to have to let him through.
Cassidy, oh no, he's on the outside. Bird's going to take them both. Bird's going to go around the outside. Cassidy looking left and right. 0.3. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Mitch Evans wins. Cassidy second. Bird third. It was a close run to the line, but it's a Jaguar 1-3. Barclay's happy. Mitch Evans wins a dramatic race in Sao Paulo. I think they're happy, Ed. What a race!
I think so, yeah, wow. And Evans was so close to running out there. That was incredibly well managed by Jaguar. And you could see the relief after so much bad luck this season to get 2 cars on the podium. That means more to them than anything. And wow, you've got to say, Da Costa doing well to get back up to 4th, but he blew a chance to win today.
Cassidy once again was right there at the end, just like in Hyderabad when he was right on the back of Jean-Eric Verne in the last corner. Everyone's stopping on the straight just because they've got no energy left to get back to the pits. That was epic. Hottest race, 35 degrees. Track temperature 58 degree now track temperature. And they gave it them all. And it's Mitch Evans who wins round 6 of the season.
And there you go, no more usable energy, so he's coming to a stop.
Oh no.
I'm going to mute myself just to talk to my team now, because there might be a driver change coming up. So
No worries, we'll say, no worries, Ed. Let's go over and listen to him. Are we going to hear from Mitch Evans with Jack? I think the car's completely dead. How funny. No? Okay.
Evans is ground to a hold, though. When he gets going again, we'll try and have a chat with him. He's just repowered the car. The lights come on, and away he goes. And as he pulls away, we will now... he's still struggling, though. This is extraordinary.
Can he actually get going? That's the problem. He's trying to crawl, is Mitch Evans, if he can get back to the pits. And Cassidy's having to do the same.
So there was a point, and Buemi's struggling as well.
Buemi?
Sorry,
It's Cassidy, it's
struggling
Cassidy.
as
So the first and second finishers are struggling to get to the podium.
well. And they're both Jaguar powertrains. They've both conked out just after just after the checkered flag.
Well, at least they were running when it mattered.
Yeah.
First, second, and third for them as power plays. That's an amazing result.
Yeah. So
It doesn't
Mitch
get a
Evans
matter.
takes the victory. Cassidy second, Sam Bird third, Da Costa fourth, Vern fifth. Remarkable race in Sao Paulo.
Gavin says, thanks for the feed, boys. Could not be happier. Kiwis 1 and 2. Absolutely. Glad you enjoyed it. And good morning over there if you're over there. Synthol says, is there a chance of rain? It didn't look like it. Wow, 0.0. Is that allowed? Yeah, because they coasted across the line. Usually I would be the first person to say, but it was just okay. And now they've run out of usable energy. They're struggling to get back to the pit lane. Let's take a look at Cassidy, actually. This is him in the last couple of corners, and he was really pushing hard. And we're going to see, as you see Ed's just into Hunter Purge Simulation there. He tried to run the outside for the last 2 corners. And then, of course, it's going to be a lift and coast in towards the braking zone. Bird's trying to go around the outside at this point. Watch this. The red flashing light across the line. Yeah, he was lifting and coasting across the line. Perfectly fine. Evans is the winner. As we see Da Costa down in 4th position after that one. Bird will be 3rd. Let's go over to Jack.
And they're all good. They started second on the grid, 4th. He'll be disappointed, Da Costa.
Mentioned the no further action.
But, and there is no further action with the Da Costa and Evans stuff with the overtaking under yellows and all of that investigation that went on earlier on. So those results will stand. And they're all good points is the message to Da Costa. 4th place for him. We'll bring you the championship standings in a few moments. There's Phil Charles.
Shall we still on?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, hello, Ed. Well, that is...
Sorry about that, I was just checking.
No worries.
Yeah, Jack's all ready to go, so I know he was watching this race with us, so... or not with us, but, probably Jack Nicholls in the Formula E feed. But wow, sort of pretty dramatic. I mean, it's almost a good enough race to make me forgive Eurosport for making us miss a bit of it. But,
yes, I would agree with that.
Wow,
At least it was an accident.
I better get the podium ready. There's the crowd. So I think we saw the sparse bit of the main grandstands. I think it might have been a bit overpriced, but some of the other grandstands are a bit more full there. You can see lots of Nacional Bank Senna caps as well, which is cool to see, I guess. There's a lot of Formula 1 merchandise, as you'd expect in Brazil.
I saw
Ferrari fans. I guess Ferrari fans supporting Maserati, I guess, because it's technically part of their group.
Yellow flag now at turns 3 and 4 as they recover.
Oh, and there's Bird. Congratulating. He's already got changed into his hat, and he's congratulating Mitch Evans. So that's good to see.
Evans only just got back to the pits. They were having a struggle. They stopped out on the circuit. They had no energy. They had to get special permission from race control to fire up the additional energy to get back to the pits.
Let's hope he doesn't get in trouble for that.
No, he got permission.
Told him it was okay.
Yeah, he did get permission.
Permission doesn't necessarily mean that they won't get penalised.
Oh, that is true.
Unfairly.
Yeah, that is true.
The race direction has been known to do silly things like that.
That is true.
It'll probably be alright. Yeah. But I mean, knowing the way this season's gone, but fingers crossed, everything's okay.
Scott Elkin forgetting
Kiwi
to put the
flag
safety
for
car.
Mitch Evans.
Yeah.
Da Costa on the podium, and no Vern either. So that's quite the turn up then.
Brad asks,
have I only got one New Zealand flag?
Oh no!
Quite an oversight.
You might have to swap it.
All right. I'll have to put it across second and first then.
If you got an Australian flag, just cover up a little bit of it, it'd be fun.
No, because there were no Australian drivers.
Oh yeah.
I got 2 British flags that. If we get Ticton, Bird, and Roland on the podium, I don't know what to do.
Brad says, is MotoGP slower? Is Formula E slower than MotoGP? No, they are pretty much both the same, actually. Over 200 miles an hour, pair of them. Formula E is actually a lot faster this year with the over 200 miles per hour. They've made a point of that with this Gen 3. Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice hugs from Jags. How much is a Formula E ticket? I wouldn't pay more than 15. Ed, how much is our tickets for London? If our Formula E race
depends. I believe for the E-Village, if you just want to go to the E-Village, it's about £30.
Yeah.
Just over £30. But for a grandstand, it's more in the £70-90 range.
Yeah.
I think £60 to £90. I think it depends on whether you get a seating that's a bit closer to the fence or a bit higher up and further back.
Yeah. So reasonable. Reasonable. Yeah.
In the UK, yes, for certain races, like I think Jakarta, it was Hong Kong that had really extortionate prizes, but then there was a revolution since then, so I don't know, or the protests in the street and
we didn't go there, did we?
So I don't against China, so I'm not sure what the actual price is now, but I imagine it doesn't really matter. It's kind of academic. Right, I'm trying to remember who finished second. It was Cassidy, of course. I've got to find the little piece of Cassidy. There he is. Hey, and look, there's a couple of young fans on the shoulders of one another.
There's the E-Village. The E-Village, by the way, is a massive celebration.
That
of
looks.
the full movement,
That is the
so-
E-Village. Yes, sorry. I was about to say that looks like the pit lane, but then no, that's just the thing where they do the sim race thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a couple of you can see a couple of screens in the background. Right, there we go. Finally got the helmet off of Nick Cassidy.
Just stood there punching him, saying, "Give me the helmet, Nick. Give me the helmet."
Let's not take that out of context.
Yeah, good point there. Just think about
Right.
it. So we'll have the top three
Younger
shortly.
viewers may be somewhat concerned. By that.
I just want to say actually.
Anyway.
Oh, here we go. Here's the results actually. So we'll go through those. It's Mitch Evans who is the race winner with Nick Cassidy second. Sam Bird rounds out the podium. So Jaguar powertrains faster than the Porsches once again, and it's Antonio Felix Costa fourth, Jean-Eric Verne fifth for DS Automobiles, Penske with Stoffel Van Dorn in sixth, Pascal Wehrlein seventh, Jake Hughes eighth, Rene Rast is ninth, and Sebastian Buemi fights back for a very impressive P10. It does look like the old Sebastian Buemi. Max Gunther is 11th, followed then by Andre Lotter at 12th, Lucas de Grassi 13th, Dan Ticktum 14th, Robin Friends 15th, Oliver Wellen 16th, Sergio Tete Camera 17th, Nico Muller, Eduardo Mortara, Jake Dennis, Sasha Fenestraz and Norman Nato are all out of the race. Not a bad one then, Ed. I think, was that a good race? I think it was fantastic. But I still think Cape Town was just more energetic for some reason.
Well, I also think there's something to be said for that chicane.
Yeah.
Sort of ends 5 and 6, isn't it, or 4
Yes.
and 5, where the pack just always bunches up every time, and it sort of guarantees accidents. I think that needs looking at for next year. But in terms of overtaking a really good track and the sort of strategies it forced them to go on were really interesting, especially. I didn't think the Jaguar was as efficient as the Porsche, but I think they managed the race a lot better and got more out of their package, whereas Porsche kind of fumbled the goal, especially the Costa going wide at turn 1 there. That felt like if that hadn't happened, I think he could potentially have won. And here's Mitch Evans.
Come at a perfect time because we've had a tough start and the car's been quick. So to finally get a victory or just some solid points is incredible. So Adrego 1, 2, 3. Nick pushed me all the way. We pushed each other. Both teams executed, brilliantly, and this is down to all the hard work. There's a lot of craft that goes in, a lot of simulations, a lot of just, to try and put these races together in terms of strategy is not easy. And the team guided me, perfectly. And I wouldn't want it much closer than that.
It was incredibly close at the end. Nick Cassidy pushing you really hard on the last lap.
Yeah, obviously it was all about track position and where you want to be at certain phases of the races. And, I had a good energy advantage quite early on, but it was just trying to find my time to use that energy advantage. I thought maybe I went a little bit too early, but look, because once Nick got behind me, he was able to accumulate some energy and stick in my toe. But obviously we got the victory, so obviously we did the right job. So just super happy to get some big runs, some big points on the board.
All that hard work paid off. Enjoy the moment. Thanks very much, Mitch Evans.
Yeah, just looking at it again, fantastic launch down towards the first corner. Really was a great race. Absolutely fantastic. I do agree with you about the chicane. Hopefully they'll change that. Hopefully we'll hear from Nick Cassidy in a second as well. The man who finished second in this race. Fastest lap, by the way, Sam Bird, 113.684. So he gets a bonus point for that matter.
I wonder as well what this will do to the championship as well, because you've got to say Evans is back in it now.
Yeah, for sure, after
that.
these great races. Yeah.
And certainly his performances have been really good. It's just the luck hadn't been with them until this point, and Evans really, I don't think he put a foot wrong in that race. And I don't think Cassidy did either. I think Cassidy was just unlucky that he didn't quite have the track position when he needed it right at the end, because he got so close there.
It's Nick.
That win just narrowly escaping you.
Yeah, but I said to you earlier, I'll be super happy with the podium today. With a race like that, you can't not be happy, right? I think that was Formula E at its best. So much fun from in the car. I hope it was a good watch. Very strategic. Sam did a great job as well. So 1, 2, 3 Jaguar, pretty cool.
Were the team keeping you in the loop about how much energy Sam had?
Yeah, I knew, and that was a lot of the reason for getting Mitch to go. And I knew to get the win then would be pretty difficult. I'd have to do something special on Mitch to turn that around, but I was at a high risk of being third.
So was it just about staying safe and getting the points?
Look, we all want to win, so I tried my best to win, but that's the way the the cookie crumbled, and I think we got one of the best outcomes.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Incredible result for you and the team.
Right, podium coming up then.
Second place then for Nick.
If I can get to the remote control, this is Cassidy's race as he comes back down. Perfect launch, and then he just...
Yeah, these highlights feel like they only get a little bit of it, but yeah, look at the launch into turn. Everyone on the left-hand side got an amazing launch, to be fair. I think Costa did pretty well to hold on. But from then on, yeah, you really felt like Porsche just sort of were maybe a bit conservative, and then were sort of hoping the race would later come to them, and then they just fumbled it, made mistakes, and tripped over each other, I feel like, or tripped over themselves.
I feel like Envision's day is coming this season. They've won races in the past.
Well, Cassidy keeps scoring podiums, doesn't he? That's his third in a row. So you've got to say, Cassidy, another guy that's potentially in the chat of a championship this season.
Sam, separately.
Sam,
qualified back in P10 because of the penalty that you had, and to finish on the podium, what a performance.
Yeah, amazing for Jaguar TCS Racing and Jaguar globally as a group to get the podium locked out. I'm not sure whether that's been done before, so massive hats up to everybody here back at the base. It's a brilliant result, so I'm super stoked for the team. As for myself, I'm a little bit disappointed because I rocked up to the back of the lead two with 2% more, but I just had repercussions of India going on in my head, so just settle in and not do anything silly, bring home the points. I think I got fastest lap as well, so it's good points for the team, and we roll on to Berlin.
It's a fantastic result. Don't be disappointed. Enjoy the celebration. Thank you very much, Sam Bird, for Jaguar TCS Racing.
And this is Sam's race. Turn 1 was a nightmare. Nearly got whacked out about 7 times. And then he slowly made his way through the field. And I think Sam is...
a very clean race from Sam. Usually he hits something or something hits him, but he was absolutely on it today. And there was also nothing was going to stop him getting on the podium. And in the end, he even was in the shout of the win. This is his view of the final few corners here. We're just looking out through the visor. And you saw there was nearly that chance on Cassidy when Evans was slowing it up just to make sure he had enough to coast over the line. It was so close there. And you have to say, Sam, not putting extra pressure on his teammate, probably helped them get the win today. In fact, forcing Cassidy to use more energy as well.
Your sport just gone to an ad break there as well, which is perfect
Well,
timing.
I mean, that's fair enough because the race is over. And they've got a few interviews in there. So again,
yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done.
I'm comparing it to sort of Channel 5 era, which was my
God.
reference point, essentially.
Every 5 minutes it used to be an ad break, and we used to use, oh, God.
Well, no, Channel 5 sort of, you could understand, because that's the same with every show on Channel 5. It wasn't like Formula was unique in that. But also, they timed it deliberately, so it was like, moment that you'd cross the line, you'd go to an ad break, or the winner crossed the line, or moment that there was a safety car at Paris one year. I remember everyone complaining that they'd gone to ad break, but the problem is, that Channel 5, it's not the BBC, it's not like some of these other channels, or like Sky, for instance, that can kind of afford to do that. So you kind of have to pick and choose a bit more.
Don't know why, as Channel 5, it used to host MotoGP, of course, back in the early 2000s. It used to be the destination for MotoGP, and then it moved over. It's never held Formula 1, though, Channel 5, and if it ever goes to Channel 5, I will cry, and cry, because Channel 5 is not the place for live sport anymore. Barely even think BBC's for it anymore either, to be fair.
The problem is, the problem of Formula is there a place that really is going to treat it like a premier sport? And I'm not certain that there is, to be honest.
No.
Even Channel 4 barely ever show it on actual kind of live TV.
Which is weird, because I would have thought Channel 4 would have signed this up perfectly. They could have shown it live and then done their F1 highlights after on races where they clash and that lot. I don't know. It's weird. Even Eurosport, who've had it the most. I thought BT Sport.
Well, they'll
was
find
the
a
best.
solution sooner or later, because Formula have got to, haven't they?
I thought BT Sport was the best. They used to every session was on a terrestrial channel, even the practice sessions, even shakedown, all with the world feed. Hardly any.
But I suppose they
breaks.
wanted that. It's the conflict between wanting free to air and getting eyeballs on it, and actually wanting to make money out of it.
Suppose I thought, I don't know. There's no real good one. Even YouTube's got a bit of some problems with it as well, because they never put it on.
Well, also the viewing figures on YouTube aren't great. It's also because they had the
true.
geo block for so long as well.
Yeah, everyone's sort of forgotten about it.
It sort of feels like they've mismanaged it from the beginning, and they're having to constantly backtrack every season. It feels like, which sort of you're never going to build up a constant viewer base if you're constantly having to change it up and also try and like put so much money into promotion as well. I mean, they've got a good product, but it feels like It's interesting as well that we were looking at the crowds earlier and commenting on that there weren't that many in the main grandstand, but they were saying before the race, wow, it feels like everyone in Sao Paulo knows that there's a race on and there's more of an event. And I always got the feeling at some of the early Formula E rounds that nobody knew it was happening. Like Battersea especially, it's sort of like it was tucked away in the park and no one knew about it. Whereas with XL, it's a bit better. The people at least have heard of it and know that it's happening, even if everyone's a Formula E fan in like Docklands or wherever.
I don't know where it would succeed on its own. I think it has to be tied up with something as well in order to get the attention.
Yeah, I could maybe see in a few years' time there being some sort of oh, I got a message from Jack. He wants me to edit the race report because he needs to get in the car now because I've not put enough fuel in it, apparently. Well, they miscalculated because I think they put under code 80 earlier.
I see.
Drivers. Okay.
Right, we're going to have a bit of a break. Let's hear from Oliver
Oh,
Rowland.
there's
Dan
a
Tickton.
shirtless Dan Tickton about to be interviewed.
Get to see this, by the way. Dan, I've got to talk to you about that incident with Jake Dennis. Yeah. What happened from your end?
It just didn't stop. This like concrete surface that was laid before the race weekend, the grey stuff. When there's a bit of rubber on it, it's okay. But if you're offline, it's... I mean, I was braking even earlier than the car I was trying to overtake, and it just didn't stop. Obviously, combined with the fact there's more dirt offline, it was just... I've never known anything like that in my whole racing career. Just did not stop.
So it wasn't a technical issue, it was actually just the surface, really?
Literally, like, because I was right near the wall as well, and I thought, right, I'll brake a bit early. I braked, and just nothing happened. And then, obviously, you try and brake more, and then that sometimes makes it worse, depending on the systems and stuff, and the car I just didn't decelerate. Like, I think I would have only have just made turn 3. You know, it's like it just didn't stop. So...
Are you going to speak to Jake, by the way, about this?
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. If I see him, I'll go and apologise, because obviously I didn't mean to do it at all. It's just, unfortunately, it's just a bit of a chaotic race from everyone. I got hit a couple of times. I think the way the corners are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're all like concertina corners. So, like, it just encourages these kinds of incidents. I mean, every time in 4, 5 and 6, people were just touching each other, losing a bit of front wing, so it really was probably quite an exciting one for the fans, but quite a difficult one to manage from a driver's perspective, yeah.
It was amazing to watch, mate, and keep up the gym.
Keep up the gym, blimey. I mean, I'm quite surprised at Dan Tickton there, actually. It's not quite... It doesn't look like a racing driver.
Dennis are good friends, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's not that surprising in the scheme of things.
Like
Finally got around to changing the Jaguar background from Bird's livery to Evans's one.
Oh, there is a slight
got the
difference.
podium all set.
So, podium ceremony is coming up shortly. And hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. The provisional results have been posted at 5 minutes past the hour. Parc Fermé is ending at 35 minutes past the hour. Just for everybody to know. And then we'll have the official race confirmation. Tomorrow, by the way, on the Grid Network, all the post-race action will happen with the discussion. I think that's 90 minutes after the NASCAR race. So I'm sure either me and Ed will be on it or we'll be asked to record something for it with our opinions. I'm not sure yet which.
Oh, it'd be good to be back on. I've not been on in a
while. And neither have I, actually, with COVID. So just trying to have a think about what's tomorrow. MotoGP underway. 1:30 GMT with the show on at race starts at 2. We had the sprint race earlier on. The first ever.
So I realise it's really dark behind me because I've got to turn the main light on.
It doesn't actually.
It's going to be dark now.
Doesn't actually. We can tell it's dark, but your face is fine. Actually, it's quite surprising how it's actually lighting.
It's quite surprising that your face isn't a total catastrophe. Thanks, Josh.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, we're waiting for the podium, and we're
very flattering.
Filling for time, and it's running out. Here we go. Oh, here we go. The podium's at turn 1. I know. I have not eaten. It's very dangerous for somebody who's still not well. I mean, I have tested negative, but I'm just not well. Come on. I mean, ideally, me and Ed would have left by now when we would have gone to ERC, but the stream isn't worked because of a computer problem. God,
yeah, Tom was apologising to me for that. He said it's a shame that everything breaks for seemingly no reason.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Chris will most likely to get it working for round 2. Meanwhile, not a bad race for our GD3 team, so there's one positive. Because Tom and me, well, technically we got 3 co-owners of the team, I guess. You, me, and Tom.
Yeah.
So, and the management has been going well. We've got Jack Giordamana doing the final stint, but Ryan Mazumda's in the car at the moment, and they are, let's have a look, about 28 seconds behind second place, and 84 seconds ahead of Nick Homewood, who's in 4th for
Brilliant!
4.
We're beating
So
Nick.
actually we're doing incredibly well. I think if Jack can hold on to like 3rd or 4th, I think that would be a big achievement. But I have a feeling, compared to our lead 2 drivers, Eliseo and Ryan, Jack might struggle a bit more based on previous experience. But he's all right in GT3 cars. He's been practicing a fair bit. He knows the Aston Martin, so as long as he gets on top of the setup, should be okay. My problem is I am desperately trying to find the WordPress specific admin link for Formula Zone, so because he wants me to edit it. I've not actually been on there for ages. Let me try Formula.
Find the link and get the race edit. Podium's happening, and it's a wonderfully colourful podium here. There's some. Is it leopard or is it a jaguar? I don't know. I think it's actually a jaguar on the podium there. On the board. It's all the Brazilian rainforest stuff. It's fantastic. The animals they've got put out there as well. Sam Bird finishes 3rd. What a happiness on the podium. It's quite nice to see. There's a mariachi
Yeah, it's
band.
nice to see them making their own out of it, because this looks like all the floats left over from Carnival.
Yeah, it's Carnival.
Oh, and they've even got Formula E car in it.
Sam Bird was looking to make the race. Apparently he was busy watching a children's television programme.
Oh, was it?
The Simpsons.
That seems a bit unfair. Alright.
Remember? The episode of The Simpsons. No? Did they go to Brazil?
Oh, okay. That's not the one that immediately pops into my mind, because I think that's sort of end of the classic era, basically.
Yeah.
So I tend to think of some of the earlier ones, like, remember that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns turns Springfield into a casino, or Homer goes to space, or
the good
that's what it's like, not the one of the later ones where they just turned it into let's put the Simpsons in Brazil, let's take the Simpsons to England or whatever.
And almost kill the Queen, yeah.
And this is the sort of this is sort of, we're going into territory where I was like 10 and starting to sort of forget the plots of The Simpsons.
I missed the good episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah. To be fair, like a couple of people said, like some of the more recent seasons, there was like season 33 or something that had tried to do some interesting stuff. It's not completely spent for. It's a little bit like Williams.
Yeah.
Every year you sort of hope Williams will do well, and you have a couple of seasons where there's like a George Russell or Alex Albon there at the team.
Few gems.
But most of the time they're sort of near the back. So.
Yeah. Family
And
Guy's
here comes the winner.
Family Guy's gone down the same thing actually. Although I prefer the new stuff.
Family Guy's sort of a bit more kind of cruder and more offensive than The Simpsons, like it always has been. But it's in a kind of mean-spirited way, and I don't know.
Tongue in cheek, yeah. So podium.
They rip the tongue out.
That's true, they have. Right.
Right, let's get the podium set up then.
Here we go then. In Mitch Honor's honour, we will hear the national anthem of New Zealand. Followed then by the British national anthem. There we go.
I feel for Nick Cassidy, he's hoping that'll play for him soon again.
I like what he did there, by the way. Nice podium. Now the British national anthem for Jaguar.
The British national anthem for Jaguar.
Tried to get white caps on for Hankett, because I know they changed from Michelin. I didn't have any, so I got the 3 widest caps I got. They're all different shapes, but they work.
It works.
think I've got the Brazil flag the right way up, don't I?
You do, you do.
Okay, all then new progress. So.
I don't care what they say, I think that is the best version of our national anthem. The one with the actual band playing and the sounds as well as the drums as well. It's just so emotive. So
It's bad that unlike Mexico, they put the right flag up.
this time they have, yeah, no England flag. So,
no weird Oliver Cromwell Ireland flag without.
Oh yeah, it was the flag without Ireland, yeah. Oh, we still haven't stopped apologising. Is that the team's trophy? I really hope so.
Well, it's been given to James Barkley, so that would suggest yes. Oh, wow,
Oh, he's gonna.
it's like they've taken a normal podium, they've just made it out of green Lego bricks.
Yes. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it feels like something that I would do.
Joachim Braun, the division president, presents the trophy to Sam
Not to be
Bird.
confused with Ross Braun.
That's just true. That's true. Third place then for Bird. Fantastic race. Great comeback from a 5-place grid penalty, and of course, after not racing in Cape Town with that crash.
Yeah, I think Sam might even felt he could have won that one.
I think so, yeah.
I think it's going to be different, but he'll be happy with the podium, I think, especially for a team result.
If Cassidy didn't go to the inside of the last corner, Bird was so thinking about diving the pair of them.
Did we have a look at the championship standings earlier?
No, we haven't seen them yet, I don't think. No, I really want to find out as well.
Oh, look at that cheetah. It looks almost like a Tachita, the sort of presence of Tachita. I guess it fits with Jaguar as well, I think.
Where's Mark Preston? Mark was supposed to be with us in the commentary box for this race, by the way, but...
was it?
Yes, I sent him an email, but unfortunately he had to go to a lunch, so that's why he's not here. But he might be with us for the double in Berlin next month.
Probably organising something for Lola. Anyway, so Evans free to celebrate getting back in the winner's circle of his first win of the season, and here comes the bubbly alcoholic liquid.
Arriba! Champagne time here in Sao Paulo. Well, it's been round 6 of the season. We've got 10 races left. Next up, it's a double header in a month's time. We will be in Berlin for all of the action as Formula E heads to Europe for round 7 and 8 of the series. We'll also pick up with Dario Franchitti. It's been really nice to hear from him again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As they fly through.
There's Evans with the champagne.
Ah, I love that one. I'm just trying to see the Drivers' Championship, see if it's been updated. I don't think it has just yet, so I'm desperately trying.
I believe Verline's still leading it then.
Yeah.
Having scored some good points there. Beating both McLarens to a 6th position.
So, Pascal Wehrlein is still the championship leader. I've just heard from Vernon Kay. So, Wehrlein is still the championship leader coming out of this race. He had such a big advantage. He was going to take it anyway.
Jake Dennis, the big loser in all of this.
Yeah, another bad race for him, Ed. 3 now in a row, not scoring. It's going to be an uphill battle for him.
Yeah, but there's still enough time to come back. He's still got the good points from the first 3 races. It's really a sort of a season of 2 halves so far, with 3 really good races on the podium in first or second, and then 3 non-scores effectively. 2 of which were through no fault, all 3 of which were through no fault of his own, because 2 of which he got taken out in accidents. 1, the team didn't do the tyre pressures properly, and he probably would have scored a few points had that not happened. But yeah, even with that open goal, Porsche kind of fumbled it, and Jaguar got it spot on today, and even Envision as well. So really, we're seeing Jaguar coming back in this championship, and DS starting to really realise just how inefficient that DS is in race condition.
Really
good in quality.
Great quality with Van Dorn on pole and Vern 7th, but the race pace has got to improve. Heading back to Europe then, we get another month off, effectively, before we go over for the double in Berlin. Anyone you fancy at that Tempelhof Airport? It's a track that suits many drivers. It's the most raced at circuit in Formula E history. Any you thinking could step out and be a big surprise?
Mortara, I think, goes well. He won there last year. Verne, I think, also goes well at Tempelhof. Degrassi has won a couple of times there. So I think Degrassi might be able to snatch another podium or top 5 or something like that. I think we might see the likes of. It's hard to say. I think Porsche will still be strong again, but it'll be interesting if Jaguar can carry this momentum through. If we see another Jaguar-powered car win, I have a feeling. I think Buemi could win a race there.
Oh, nice.
Is it 2 races at Berlin or
two,
one?
Two at Berlin. Yeah, no, 2. Double header.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I wouldn't bet against Buemi maybe winning one of them, but and a Porsche power car winning the other. I'd probably go with either Verline, Da Costa, or Dennis.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, Ed, for your company today. Nice to have you in the com box once again. And my thanks to everybody for watching. So, 6 done then, and now we'll head over to Europe for the European stages. Who will be dominant there? Well, we've had a couple of names come out, but certainly one thing's for sure. We started the season with Porsche being the most powerful powertrain. Jaguar have taken it here in Brazil. Thanks for your company, Ed. Thanks for your company, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.